Everybody wants to paint a painting. Everybody wants to paint their own. Hello, and hello, and welcome to another episode of me painting. That was my musical intro. So let's begin, and we have a few paints, a few water mixable oils on the palette ready, and going to do a painting with it. I know you never guessed that, would you? Going to do a painting. Oops. So let me show you what paints I have on the palette. I have some French Ultramarine Blue, Alizarin Crimson, some Ivory Black, and some Burnt Umber, and some Titanium White. And if this is the first time you've watched me, and I promise I'm normal, I don't sing normally, but I use Artisan water mixable oils, and water mixable oils. So here we go, let's do a picture, and the first thing I want to do on my canvas is I want to make it blue. So what I was thinking today is to do a sort of a load of trees and then a big tree in the middle-ish, or at the side, just you see what I mean. A forest scene. So I'm getting some blue and white, and I'm using a brush. It's the number 10 graduate brush. It is Daily Rowney one, and they've got a long handle, which is why I like them. That's why I use them, really. So what I want to start with is a nice light colour. I think that's really too dark, so I'll just grab some more white and throw some of this in. And doesn't really matter how you put this colour on, to be honest. You can just you do it with a paint roller, just throw it on, it doesn't really matter. I just want to block in some blue to get me started, really, just to give me some background material rather than the white of the canvas. I'm using a canvas board, by the way, as well. And I think the tree could be there, actually, so we'll fill it in from here. Let's say there's a big tree there. Okay, this is the hardest bit, filling this paint in. Okay, yep. And then the other side. See, what I like to do is use both hands. So I go on this side, I use my lefty and paint, and then I'll use my righty as well. My lefty and my righty. Just to get a bit more of a balance in my shoulders. You don't want one really big arm. I'm throwing all this paint on your canvas. You want your arms to be equally big and muscular. Okay, there we go. I kind of like that idea. I might bring the tree down a bit so it's more like branches at that point. Like that. Maybe. And we'll probably have snow on the ground as well, so I might as well put some of that in. Getting some blue and white and just throwing it on. If you find your paint isn't going on very well, you can, with these, you can add a tiny bit of water, and it makes them a bit thinner, makes them flow a little bit easier. There we go. So we've got a nice blue appearance. Gotta say, this hat's quite warm. I got a very warm head at the moment. It's very warm. It's kind of cozy there. Okay, it's all filled in almost, pretty much. So we've got an idea. I might do some really big roots here actually. I'm kind of making this one up as I go along. It's fun to do paintings like that. Okay, just sort of sit back and have a look. Ooh, looks good. Doesn't look like much yet, does it? Doesn't look like much at all. This brush doesn't look very clean. Annoyingly, it was me that cleaned it. So you wash these brushes. I wash my brushes with washing up liquid and warm water. But you can rinse them with a little bit of cold water while you're using them. Okay, so let's get some blue and white. And we'll just go a little bit darker than the sky to start with. Because what we want to do is create some depth in our picture, some depth. And you do that by increasing the darkness of the colours. Slowly but surely. So we've got a tree there, so another branch going down there. Another one here. You can add your wiggles and jiggles. And if you do a light pressure one, so there's not much pressure, you can get sort of really faint trees. So branches. Wiggle in some branches. How many branches do you want is up to you. Some trees have fallen over. Think about what you've seen, what trees you've seen, maybe the tree in your garden. How does that look? There we go. So I'm just coming down with my brush, just going wee down like that, and then having a look, sitting back, having a look, always sitting back, having a look, always sitting back, having a look, see what's going on, have a look. Okay, that's nice. Little wiggle here, little branch there, branch here. So we're in the winter, so a lot of the oops, that's quite a dark one there. Not sure if I like that. Yeah, it's not too bad actually, because you would have more branches at the top anyway. Kind of works. Just going to wiggle my brush around a bit just to give an impression of like stuff. It's very distant, is this? Very distant. Let's do some more branches over here. More trees, I mean. Lots of little trees. Wiggle in the brush. Giving the brush a wiggle. And the more you do, the less paint you have on your brush, so you can do faint ones. Okay. What I'm thinking of doing is adding little bits of light in amongst the trees. That's what I'm thinking now. Let's sit back. Yeah, kind of want a bit of light here. So just grab a bit of white. Yeah, I like that. And a bit of light there as well. Just gives it a little something extra then, doesn't it? So it's not all just one, because you do get like little bits of light poking through forest. It's not all the same. Okay, let's get a bit more blue and let's get a little bit of crimson in it. Just a touch of crimson and blue. Just a change in the shade a bit. Warming it up. And let's put a tree in here. A branch there. I think we have another little branch that goes off there. Wiggles and wiggles and wiggles there. Okay, and then maybe another one over this side. Nice to have a whole big tree there. So I'll give you a brusher, bit of a wiggle. Some undergrowth, I'll just wiggle my brush in amongst that, because you get like a lot of leaves and things that have fallen, plants. And we can introduce that just by doing that. It's all an illusion. Painting is all an illusion. We're just creating something using colour and light. Okay, I quite like that side now. Looks quite good. Add a bit of dark there just to create some sort of a depth in there. Now the other side, I think a tree there would be good. Yeah, like that. So you just grab your colour, load your brush, and then go for it. I tend to hold my brush like that and then just drag it down. But it's up to you. Feel what's comfortable. Maybe you want to do it like that. So do this more kind of accurate, or you want to feel the paint pull off, and you can do it like this. It's up to you, totally up to you. It's the good thing about painting, you don't have to follow any rules, just do what you want, see what happens, see what you create. Okay, I quite like that. Looks like there would be nice to have a bit of light there. So I'm going to grab a bit of white paint. Right there. Yeah, that does break it up a bit. Because it was a bit too samey there. Too samey. I don't want it to be the same. I want there to be differences. Okay, now got this huge tree here, and then we've got to work out what we're doing here. Originally I thought snowy, because then I can put some snowing. I think I will still do that. I put some brown out and I put some black out, but I don't know if I need it. I don't know if I need it. So we'll make a purpley colour. This is using the Ultramarine blue and the Alizarin Crimson. Not sure why I had to think about that. Start putting this tree in. Some branches. Need a fair bit of paint, I think what I should have done I'm going to do it now. I'm just going to get some more blue because I should have really filled this in first, because otherwise I'm going to have to colour in, and I'm not very good at staying in the lines. Is that better? Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, let's carry on. Yeah, so I was thinking of the tree to do, because I kind of wanted to do this. I wanted to do like a big tree in the middle, and so I just to remind myself what a tree looks like, I went on Google and had a look at a load of different trees. I mean, I've been walking around forests for ages. I don't know why I needed to look on there, but I did, and I saw this tree I liked. I've got loads of photos of trees as well that I've taken. Every time I'm like, oh, that tree would be good in a picture. Nice and big, this tree. Look at that. I want this tree to have a magical look to it as well. And a branch there. Sit back, have a look. I feel like there should be a branch going down like that. So it goes down and then it goes up like that. Yeah. Nice big, need some big branches. So if you start with low pressure and then as you come down, really press that brush and boom, big branch, and then I can have one there as well. Big root. Yeah, I like that. I like that tree. That's better than the tree I saw on the internet. You have a big root that goes down like that. Big roots. This is a bit of a caricature of a tree, really. And I do like doing caricatures. I'm gonna show you some of them at some stage. I need to do a video on the way I do it. Okay, so I'm thinking about the tree, thinking about the branches, I mean the roots. What you have to think about is that the trees are the same. Well, actually, I didn't know this. It's just something I think about when I paint a tree. But the tree's the same on top as it is underneath. So if the tree's got a huge area on top, probably underneath it's got a huge area. So I'm thinking if the roots are huge like this, then the branches should really be huge as well. But then you can change that the way you want it. just adding blues. Does that look alright? Yeah, that looks like enough branches, I think. I think I'll stick with that amount of roots as well. But when you do your tree, have fun with it. That's what I want to say. Have fun with it. Don't feel like you have to do it a certain way. Okay. Yeah, I like that tree. I do like it. I like it a lot. Right. Just gonna wipe this brush. Because now what I'm thinking is some areas of the tree, might do the two brush thing again. Some areas of the tree I want to be quite dark, and some areas I want to be light. So I'm going to get some blue, some pure blue. Put a bit of crimson in it because it'll darken it nicely. So get a nice dark. And I've got to think where the light is. So let's say we've got the light coming. Yeah, I think it's coming this way. So what I'm going to do is start putting in some darker areas on this side. Painting light is probably the one thing that I've thought about a lot, thinking about the light and the effects, because no matter what you do, say if you add, if you're painting a house, say, if you paint a house and then you put lights in that house, and then you've got to work out the effects of the light, you have to think about those things as soon as you make a decision like that. Like, oh, I'm gonna do a Christmas scene with a house in it, and I'm gonna put lights on a tree. And so you do that, and the tree, or where the light's gonna bounce. Say you've got snow, and the light's gonna bounce onto the snow. You have to remember to put it in. You have to do everything. You make those decisions. This is looking quite good with the dark bits on. I want to bring this together there. Sit back, having a look, seeing what is not quite right, and feels like these need to come together like that. And then what I'm going to do is start bringing in some light areas as well into the pictures, lighten areas up a bit into the tree. Yeah, there's a problem here. I know this doesn't look right, it doesn't feel right. I think it's the separation that's needed. Okay. It looks better. Seems to me like there should be dark there. Yeah. So when you're doing yours, have a look at your tree and see what you think about it. Yeah, Yeah, I like that, Okay, now I'm going to get some white. It's got a little bit of blue in it, and I'm just going to use it straight on the tree, so it'll mix a little bit, which is alright. Let's say the light is hitting the tree across. If it's too bright, then you can move the paint a bit, and it goes a nice little bit lighter. I mean, not as light. Okay, let's sit back, have a look at that. It's got a nice open in there now. I want to bring it together a bit there. Yeah, I like that better. I do like that, actually. And then what I'm going to do is hit it with some light. Let's go in there. Sit back having a look. See if I like it. Nah, I don't really like that. I'm going to get rid of those. They can go down. Okay. Yeah, I quite like that. That's got quite a nice magical look to it, that tree. It's root. Now I'm going to get a bit of white actually, and I'm going to just put the indication of something growing up there. Just tapping. Just sort of brings this together really. And then in areas where I think, oh, there'll be quite a bit of shadow there, I might put a little blue in there. Yeah, so over here it would be quite dark. The light is over there. I'm thinking the light would be quite soft though, so maybe there wouldn't be that much shadow. I might get rid of that. I don't really like that. Changing my mind. Get some of this white and just creating something underneath. Okay, sit back having a look. Yeah, it's quite interesting. You know what I feel like doing? I don't know. Yeah, I feel like there should be things flying around in there. Like a group of flies just going choo choo. Not sure if it will come across like that. like there's something there, like a hive or something. It's me being creative again. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's just an idea I had. There's a hive there. No, it looks kind of weird. There's something there anyway. Maybe I can do a... let's go quite light. Let's get some white. Maybe over here. I can put in an indication. Someone in the forest. You know how sometimes when you're in the forest and you see a tree stump or something and you're looking and it's the shape of a person and you think, oof, I thought that was someone stood there. Kind of reminds me of that. I might put one there as well. And then you can think, is that somebody there or is that just a tree that's grown partially and then it's not made it. Yeah, this one was a little bit of fun. I enjoyed this one. I feel like I need a bit of... I want a little bit of light hitting the tree there though. And there. And there. Oh, yeah. There's an interesting picture for you. There's something a little bit fun. Something that you could do, even as your very first painting. You could paint something like this, no problem. So I'll say thanks very much for watching. If you'd like to support the shows, you can support me on Patreon. You can just share my videos, subscribe, like, and above all, enjoy. And hopefully you'll be able to do a painting better than me. Well, you could do that easy, but you could hopefully, even if it's your first picture, you could do a painting, no problem. So thanks very much for watching, and if you're watching this in the Christmas period, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in another episode. Cheers, bye.